So let's go ahead and finish this wizard. This is where we left in one of the lessons earlier. So at this point, I've selected these attributes. For example, the name of the app is right here. Selected the runtime stack, operating system, region, and also the app service plan. What I'm going to do now is change the SKU and size to something lower than premium because we're just running test workloads and I really do not need premium v2. But then at any point in time, you can change these. And in the previous lesson, we did learn about the scaling option. So you got scale up and scale out. So when you switch between dev test to production, let's say you're switching between P1 V2 to P2 V2, what you're actually doing is you are scaling up. So that way you get more memory, more CPU, and more features that are associated with these tiers. Okay, so you are scaling up. Once we are done with this wizard and we are done with creation of the web app, we will go ahead and see how you can scale out. That means creating new virtual machines once there is certain load on the web application. All right, so I'll select dev test and stick to B1 where I can do manual scaling. So if you notice under production, you have automatic scaling, but under dev test, you have manual scaling, right? So when there is a lot of load on your web instances, then you have to get into the configuration of the web app and manually scale it. But then anything production and above have the capability to automatically scale up to 20 instances because I've selected P1 V2. But then if you, let's say, go to isolated, you can scale up to 100 instances. This is something we spoke earlier as well, but I thought it's important to stress at this time. I'll go back to dev test, select B1, apply, and click on next monitoring. This option here, which is application insights, is a very important feature for developers who would like to monitor live applications. So somebody who would like to identify the performance anomalies, identify the analytics of your applications, how is it behaving, how many users are connected to your application, what are their requests rates, what are the response times, failure rates? Are the users getting any exceptions, any error messages when accessing your application? Or if you'd like to get more metrics about your application, then you would like to go for application insights. It's a wonderful tool to count your user sessions, get the performance counter, and run all kinds of host diagnostics on your application. At this time, I will select no, click on next, move on to tags, and finally review and create. All right, now my create button is enabled. Click on create and it will take a moment to get that created for us. So I'll stop the video. In the next lesson, let's drill down to the features that we have in web app. So we'll talk more about scaling your application, auto scaling, an overview of various features that you have as far as continuous development is concerned, or deployment slots, or even security of an app service.